What's happening, guys? My name is Rafael with Top Shop Collectibles, and in this video, we're gonna talk about how I made $7,500 in sales in just 14 days of launching my brand new Pokemon TCG business. So stay tuned and let's dive into it. All right, so I've been running my Pokemon TCG card business for 14 days now. I use Shopify as my e-commerce platform, and I started my website 5 days after I opened my LLC for Top Shop Collectibles. I'll link a video down in the description below, but if you want to know how to do that and what are the steps that you should be taking to create your own business LLC, you can watch that video. But essentially, I started, like I said, 14 days ago, selling on my Shopify e-commerce platform. And to this day, 14 days later, I've made $7,500 in sales. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I did to get there and how I did it. Because in my opinion, $7,500, while it may not be much to a lot, I think that somebody that just started a brand new Shopify website store, it is I am happy with it. I am happy with it, so I wanted to make this video and show you guys how it all happened, and hopefully you guys take a thing or two from it. And if you want to do the same thing, you can apply the same concepts that I did, and hopefully it helps you out. Very first thing, like I said, you create an LLC, right? Yeah, you can do partnership, but if you're running the business solo, you can do a sole proprietorship. After you do that, you go on Shopify, you create the account, and then you basically pay for the yearly membership to be able to have a hosting to Shopify. It's about $230, $240 for the year. It's cheaper if you do the year. After you do that, what you want to do, put in your products. It takes a lot of work, by the way, because you have to load up every single product, put the photos in there, make sure that it's all the description, and set up the Shopify website takes a lot of time, item by item. I right now have about 50 different items, and I have to manually input all of those in there, find the right photos, the right sizes, and be able to do all that. All right, so the obvious things that you are gonna need to get this done is, well, obviously you're gonna need packing material, you're gonna need your tape, you're gonna need a printer, label printer, document printer, you're gonna need the essentials that any shipping company or business will need. One of the major problems that a lot of people run into is finding product. So hopefully you have product of your own collection that you're willing to put up, because that's what I had a lot of product of my own. So a lot of the product that I put on my website was my own product combined with other Pokemon products that I found and bought from either wholesalers online or wholesalers on Discord. There's a lot of Discord accounts that will charge you a fee to have access to buy bulk for Pokemon products or Japanese, right? And so you have to get creative, and especially in a market like today, to be able to find product at the right price, to be able to sell it at the right price. All right, so next up is one that is very, very important in my opinion, and I think this is the reason why I was able to so quickly make the amount of revenue that I did, and that is advertising on social media. I'm not talking about paying for ads. I'm talking about creating a social presence and putting it out there for the world to see that you are trying to do something. Like I am doing right now with this YouTube video. I'm basically putting it out there and saying, hey, I have a business. This is what I'm trying to do, and this is who we are. This is how we do business. Check out my website, topshopcollectibles.com. You can pick too. You don't have to get all crazy with what social media you pick, but you can pick either YouTube or TikTok. You can do either Instagram or Facebook. Pick one of the four and focus on creating content on a regular basis. When you get ready to launch your website or whatever platform you use, then you advertise it and you run promotions, you run deals, you do a giveaway. I did a giveaway at the beginning of mine before launching my website that allowed me to create a movement of people coming into my Instagram account because they were joining the giveaway, they were looking at my page, and so that allowed me to take the chance at posting about, hey, by the way, on this day I'm gonna have a brand new website. I'm new to the business. I'm launching my own Pokemon TCG business, and I'm hoping you guys check it out, right? And so social media is very important. I believe it has a really high impact on how you do, and I believe it's very important to have that available. So next up is price appropriately. I think that in a market like today, if you just take product and you sell at the scalping price, the reseller price that everybody else is selling, like Prismatic selling for $100, $120, you are just another number in the bucket, right? You are not setting yourself apart and separating yourself from what everybody else is doing, because you're gonna get labeled as a scalper. I myself was a collector for many years, and I have been there. I have been in the shoes of me trying to get product for Hidden Fates back in the day, Shining Fates, where ETBs were so expensive that as a collector you just don't want to pay the money. Might as well just look somewhere else or do something else while the market cools down, because it is so unattainable. And so when you put yourself in a collector's perspective, which are the majority of the people that are here buying, that are going to be buying your product, when the hype goes away, the collectors stay because they are in it to collect, right? And so you need to, I believe that you need to tailor to those people, take care of those people, because they are going to be there regardless of the hype, regardless of what the market is doing, because they are the collectors. They are what TCG is meant to be for. There's also the players that continue to play the tournaments and play the game, but you got the collectors and the players, right? And so if you tailor your business model towards that crowd of people, I believe there's no fall. There's no room for you to fail when you have a mindset and growth towards that group of people. So with that in mind, a lot of the prismatic product that I sold, I could have sell it somewhere else for $100 to $120, including the tech sticker collectibles. But if you guys purchase from me, you guys notice that my prices were 10 to 15% above MSRP, right? And that's where I draw the line. Why? Because I am not here to try to make a quick buck, right? When you're a business owner, you need to think as a business owner, and you need to think long term. Today, an ETB will make me double, right? If I were to sell it for 100, but what good is that going to do me a year or two later? It doesn't do me any good. So the idea is to create a business that people can rely on with credibility, transparency, with good pricing. Because those people are going to come back to you and they're going to say, hey, this guy at TopShopCollectibles.com has really good prices, and it doesn't charge an arm and a leg like everybody else is for prismatic, which is the hot thing around the corner right? So I've actually gotten a lot of messages on my Instagram account from people saying, thanking me for doing that, for not scalping the product as much as everybody else is. Apparently, I've been getting a lot of sales from California. Apparently, in California, it's pretty bad. It's worse than what we have it here in the Midwest. And things are pretty bad here too. But apparently, a lot of my customers seem to be heavy in the California, Colorado area, and it seems like things are pretty bad over there. And so when you're able to fulfill that need for the people because others are not, then you become competitive, right? You are setting yourself apart. And I believe that $7,500 reflect that. A lot of people, like I said, may think that that's not a lot, but I believe it's a lot because I just started 14 days ago, and I am literally a nobody working out of a basement in my house out in Illinois, right? And so when you're trying to build something, I think that is very important. Find a way to set yourself aside. Don't get greedy. There's one famous quote that you guys probably already know from Warren Buffett that says, be fearful when others are greedy, but be greedy when others are fearful. And what does that mean? That means that when everybody else is being greedy, taking advantage of the situation out there, you need to be fearful, because you need to watch out, because this is the time where there's a lot of bad actors, there's a lot of bad things happening, everybody's trying to take a piece of the pie, and it's chaotic, right? But when others are fearful, when the market is not as hyped and everybody is like minding their own business, this is the time to be greedy. This is the time where you stock up. This is the time where the doors open up a distribution for you to get in and apply with your business license because you created it ahead of time. And this is when you become greedy. This is when you take advantage. This is where you find the opportunity. And a lot of people say, well, that's, that we've heard that over and over and over. Well, listening to it and hearing it, it's different than applying it, putting it into practice, right? So when you put it into practice and you realize that it works, there is risk involved. There's always risk. There's no gain without risk. So if you're not risking something, the gains are not going to be as high. What I'm trying to say is that if you are trying to build your own business and you're following this channel and you're trying to learn from my mistakes or learn from what I'm doing or try to mimic some things and pick the good out, leave the bad out, pick the good in and leave the bad out, that's one concept to always be mindful of, right? Because to be honest, if a year ago you would have bought all of the $86 booster boxes of Sword and Shield, look at them now. They're all 200. So Scarlet and Violet, nobody wanted that thing, and it's going for like 250 or 150. It's definitely higher than what it was a year ago. So, like I said, if you were buying back then, you would be, good right now. But again, I believe that there's room for everybody. There is a lot of product to go around still, even in a market like today where it's really tough to find. You can still find deals. You just gotta get creative, and you gotta find the deals are still out there. You just gotta find them. There's a lot of people that are sitting on a lot of product that have emergencies that came out and need to sell. You just need to find them. You just need to connect the dots. You start in your local area, right? Find people that are willing to sell to you. Start your Pokemon business in your area and go from there. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Again, if you bought from me at topsofcollectibles.com, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below if you have any questions, and as always, stay positive and peace out.